Hi everyone, it's Simon here from the Golf Studio. As you can see, I've got this year's Masters champion Danny Willett on the screen. We're just going to give you a really quick overview and analysis of his golf swing. So as we've got Danny on the left hand side from face on, you can instantly see that Danny's left hand grip is probably slightly more on the strong side than orthodox. We can see kind of a good 3 to 4 knuckles on the back of the left hand. That's in place to try and help him keep that club face nice and squared / strong, encourage a slight draw in there. So draw your eyes to the right hand side of the screen. If I just put a shaft plane line on there set up, you can see that Danny's takeaway is slightly quirky. It just works a little bit up and in front of him with a very kind of early wrist hinge. So as you can see from face on, the first movement is a little transition of weight onto the back shoe, but you can see generally there's quite a quick hinge and set. There's he's got a 90-degree angle between his left arm and the club at this point, and that's pretty early, especially with a driver. So from there, if I just work him up into the middle part of the backswing, you can see that Danny's club is set pretty steeply. It's not really an orthodox position. You would say that generally that is too steep, but because he then continues to rotate and turn to the top of the backswing, you can see then that the left arm will actually fall across the chest into a little bit more of a neutral position here. Now if I get rid of those lines for you and just draw a kind of a shaft plane line on the way down, so we're kind of working through the kind of middle of the chest, through the sternum here. Now this line here is where every tour player will probably get underneath that line. You can see that Danny's move as he transitions into the downswing, the left arm and the club slot nicely just under plane, not too much, because with that club face that ball would start to overspin left. So from there he's slotting it slightly under plane, and we'll just catch up with the right side of the computer screen here. So that's kind of the same position there. So you can see that from this position the club is shallowed lovely into that kind of right bicep position. Now from here, this is the bit that Danny's exceptional with. From this bit right there, he will now really work the body quite hard. He will work the left side of his body really hard. Left shoulder will work up, left hip will work around him, and that will enable him to work his spine angle slightly away from the target, as you can see here. Now that will enable him then to really work on launching the golf ball. So through impact, his angle of approach will definitely be on the up. He will definitely be working kind of upwards through impact. I'll just catch up with the right side of the screen here, just after impact. So his left side has worked really hard, right side is then allowed to release the club through impact. Now if I just stop him here, you can see that actually Danny's got back into that left hand grip position where quite a few knuckles are showing. This is because if that club face is going to roll and close, then obviously this golf ball is going to go left. So he's trying to work the left side up and keep the forearms as passive as possible. You can see from the right hand side of the screen that after impact the club face is still extremely square. Now he's been obviously working on these numbers, and when I say numbers I'm referring to the modern teaching technology of launch monitors. The launch monitors give lots of angles regarding kind of angle of approach in degrees up the golf ball. So with a driver, Danny would definitely be working on his angle of approach through impact, and obviously seeing how square his club base, really trying to maintain a square club base through impact. Obviously with all the latest teaching technologies, we can kind of work on kind of fine numbers, angles, degrees, such like that through impact with our students, as Danny's coach would, to really kind of get a good kind of form of consistency for him through impact. So from there, likewise, you would definitely expect he's going to hit it very hard, very quickly. It's full of momentum at this point, so that right side's really going to let the club go. Just get rid of that circle. Let the club go, and you're going to find a really wide momentum filled through swing and an extremely balanced finish. I'll just move this one through into here. So yes, a little bit quirky on the way back, slots the club lovely on the way down. He knows his club face is slightly strong, so he works his left side really hard. lets the club face stay really passive and square through impact, and smashed it down the middle. Hope you enjoyed that little insight to kind of how Danny swings his club. If you feel as though we could help you further, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us here in the golf studio, and also if you have a playing partner that could probably benefit from our advice, please do recommend them to us. We are on all forms of media, social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, etc. You'll see the addresses just below this video. Please kind of follow and retweet, share, like, all of that, and we look forward to any interaction on the social media sites, and we look forward to seeing you soon in the golf studio. Thank